Well, here's another interview for you. The man is a legend, an absolute legend. He's a comedian's comedian. Been around for years. And if you've seen the Noddy routine, then you'll know who I'm talking about. The fantastic Mr. Mick Miller.
How are you? I'm here talking to Phileas Fogg.
Yeah, I've been on a trip, Mick. I've been on a trip, but I'm back again now.
I've been following you.
I know, thanks for that, Mick. I really appreciate that. You know, I really do.
And it's a great cause what you do, you know.
It is. It's for Brian House, which, you know, the money for these interviews.
Well, I did one of my golf dues. We give money to them as well.
Yeah, so it's a great charity.
It is,
know.
yeah.
It's like, you know, it costs like £2 million a year to keep it open, but you only get 200,000 off the government. It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. But we're not going to get political. Mick, you've been in the business for years. How long have you been in the business?
Well, I started in 1972 at Pontins. I went down to Canberra Sands down south as a sports host because I was a pro footballer before that.
Who did you play for?
I played for Port Vale.
All right.
I was signed by the great Sir Stanley Matthews when I was 16.
Really?
Yeah. And I was a goalkeeper, but I was like 5'9" at 16 and I was 5'9" at 20, so I was too small really for a goalkeeper. You know, you look at them now, they're giants. So yeah, so I went to Pontins as a sports host.
Right.
And then part of the job was, you know, getting involved, calling the bingo and the nominations competitions and all them old things. And yeah, getting up and doing 5 minutes, then I did 10 minutes, then I did 20 minutes. I went back the next season and then got it up to 45. And then I went on the road.
Fantastic, fantastic. So how long was it before you sort of got discovered for the comedians, and how long was it before you...
Yeah, it was about 76. I won New Faces. I won my heat of New Faces.
So you've been in the business for, what, 4 years?
Yeah.
4 years? And you were, who else was on New Faces with you?
There was... in fact, I saw one of them the other day. There was a group from Hull, and I met one of them the other day. It was at a gig of mine. I can't remember the names, but I think Lenny Henry won the one I was on. You know, the whole lot. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, it was a great experience. Tony Hatch was the judge.
Right, okay.
Well, he wasn't very thoughtful.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, fancy being told you're a load of crap by a fella that writes music for Crossroads.
They've changed now, though, talent shows, haven't they, Mick? Now it's just all about the judges, isn't it? It's...
Well, that's it, yeah. It's you don't see much of the acts, do you?
No, I mean, when it was Up Knox, when it was New Faces, it was one camera on the act.
Yeah.
And that was it. Now you've got a 2-minute act, and you say maybe 45 seconds of it. The rest is audience and all the rest of it. You know.
Yeah.
It's the clapometer with Huey Green on Up Knox.
That was funny, wasn't it? I had a few stars on that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Little Large, they come through that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Les Dawson.
Yeah. Jim Davidson, did Jim come from that?
Jim was. I don't know. Well, I think that was New Faces.
Was that New Faces?
Yeah. And Joe Pasquale, of course.
Yeah. So how many people do you remember from BGT? How many of those are going to have a career like you have since 1976 when you won New Faces?
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, now I don't know how long they do. You know, I know these club, the new comics now, you know, the tour comics do, you know, the 45 to an hour. But the club acts, you know, they just do 20 minutes. You know, so if you get a great 20 minutes, you can travel that around the country for years. You know, and that's what they did in the old theatre days, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, again, nowadays, though, Mick, you know, it's like your big comedians are filling out stadiums.
It's incredible, isn't it?
You know, it's like Ricky Gervais filling out, God knows how. I mean, I love Ricky Gervais. Filling out stadiums time and time again.
The technology now, you know, the sound.
Yeah.
The sound is brilliant, isn't it? You know, and the big screens up.
Yeah.
I mean, in my day, well, and your day, wasn't it? You know, the clubs. You know, remember the.
Did you tread the boards in the clubs? Or did you have many happy years in the clubs? They were hard work, all them.
I remember Newcastle, and I got paid off at this club 3 times. They paid me off, and they kept booking me back. And I was in the dressing room, and I was depressed. I thought, I'm going to go on. I'm going to die on my arse. And I'm sat there, and the bingo machine was there. So I took 6 balls out the bingo machine. And the bingo lasted an hour and 3/4. And it was too late for me to go on. So I won that one.
That was brilliant, mate. So you do? So then it was Johnny Hamp, wasn't it, with the comedian? So you did New Faces and then sort of Johnny Hamp.
Then I got on the comedians in 1979. I got on, because the originals were 72, with Bernard and Charlie Williams and Ken Goodwin, Frank Carson.
All funny people.
And then they brought it back and they added 3, which was Stan Boardman, myself, and Roy Walker. So then we did 3 seasons of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was quite funny because I was the only bald one and I was the youngest. They all had perms.
Yeah, of course, Stan had a massive perm, didn't he?
Yeah,
massive.
Frank Carson at the time.
So with the hair then, Nick, what happened?
Well, it just started to go, and I just didn't have a barber, so I just let it grow, and then it became a bit of a thing. And people said, "Oh, Max Wall." And I thought, "Oh, yeah, well, I'll just keep it." So, and that's just the way it's gone,
Yeah.
The way it's gone.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck with it now.
So have you got any stories from the comedians? What about the story that I was told, and I think it was Robin Grumbleweed that told me it, about Bernard and Charlie Williams at a funeral?
Oh yeah, that was bless him, Norman Collier's funeral, and Charlie was midway down, and Bernard was at the back, and of course as we're walking out, Bernard said, "It's a bit waste of time you going home, Charlie. You might as well sit here until next week. Won't be long now." He was funny, Bernard. He made me howl.
He was a funny man, wasn't he? I think his delivery, and yourself, I think the old time comics, the delivery, you don't get delivery like that, you don't get.
Well, I think Bernard wasn't hungry. I was hungry. I needed the jobs.
Yeah.
Bernard had his club, and he was well established, so he could afford to be blasé. He just. I mean, when John Lennon got shot, he walked on his club that night and he went, "Well, he wanted peace, he's got it now." I mean, can't get more peaceful than that. He didn't care,
Brilliant. I mean, all the old time comics, you look back at that, and I don't know, it was a skill, and it still is a skill.
Yeah.
And I think the skill of joke telling, of just joke telling, I just think that a lot of comedy now is observational comedy, isn't it? I mean, I mean, Peter Kay, fantastic comedy. Phoenix Nights. Just brilliant. Because you were in. No, it was Max. Was it Max and Paddy you were in?
No, I was in Car Share with him.
Car Share, that was it. Car Share. And then you were also Johnny Vegas's dad in Ideal.
Dad, yeah, Ideal. That's doing a tour at the moment. Yeah,
all
that's
right.
Doing a tour. You can get it on iPlayer now. All the 8 series.
Yeah.
But it was Peter Kay that got me on the Royal Command.
Right.
Because they did it at Salford, and they needed someone to fill in for 6 minutes in between Penn and Teller and Singing in the Rain, because they've got to get all the water jets up and running,
Yeah.
So Peter Kay said to the producer, "Get Mick Miller." So I went on just as a theatre act only, and a few of the comics didn't do that well. So they phoned us up a week later and he said, "Oh, it's such a good spot, we'll put you in," which was nice.
That's brilliant, mate.
But the only thing was, I didn't do the walk down and I didn't meet the Royals. So that was one of them things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying what I'm doing,
Well, your popularity has really grown, hasn't it, since your stuff's been going on social media?
It's incredible.
It's just really grown, hasn't it? Steve, your manager, was telling me, how it's really grown.
So. I mean, everywhere you go now, selfies is like, must have a selfie with half the audience,
Yeah.
And then they all say, you were my dad's favourite comic.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Yeah.
I'm 50. Oh.
Yeah, I get that in Blackpool when they come up and they say, "Oh, can I have a picture with you?" Yeah. "Oh, my gran and granddad used to come and watch you." "Oh, cheers, thanks very much." Like 37 years I've been on the same stage, and it's like, and you start to feel bloody old.
Well, I used to get young lads, "Hey, Maxwell." I went, "It's not a compliment, because His was a wig. This is real.
Yeah. do you, so the noddy routine, I mean, that is just, you know...
I did that on New Faces in
Really?
76. Yeah, I did that on New Faces. That was the first time I'd done it.
Yeah.
And since then, I've done it on Des O'Connor twice, and Des and Mel once, and
has
Royal
that routine grown? Has it changed from when you first started?
It's grown. You know, bits go out, and you know, when I first started, it was like a noddy's walking down the street, and he sees Big Ears. Morning, Big Ears. And he went, "Who are you calling Big Ears? Little prat with a bell on your hat." That's all gone.
Has there ever been a comedian try to steal the noddy routine?
Oh yes, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there has been a few. Yeah.
Really? It's annoying, isn't it, when people...
But people know. People know.
People know it's your routine. Yeah.
But I've had 25 years of doing cruises as well. You know, but I always dipped in and out. You know, I didn't do like 6 months on a cruise. I just did 2 weeks and then back.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to work. You know, do sportsmen's dinners.
Yeah.
Theatre shows.
Yeah.
So I've backed out a bit with the cruises, you know, because I've been everywhere, seen everything, you know, worked everywhere.
Yeah. What's the most bizarre venue you've ever worked?
Probably in Windsor. I'd done Des O'Connor, and they were opening, you know, like a sandcastle thing.
Yeah.
In Windsor.
Water park.
Water park, yeah. You know, in indoors thing, and the Queen opened it at 11 o'clock in the morning, and they had a civic reception at night. So they decided, you know, they put a stage in the pool, and they had a steel band on. Well, you know, water and sound. Can you imagine what they sounded like? And they had Laurie Montgomery and his wife, who was a jazz singer. They had them on. So all these people around, you know, and there's no, like, just standing around, aren't you? You know.
Yeah.
And they're miles away, all in dinner suits, all civic. And I've gone on, and the sound's dreadful. So I'm stood on this stage, and someone decided to put the wave machine on. So now the stage is going like this, and I'm on there, and I'm going. Stood there for 30 minutes. No one could under. And I'm wobbling around on this. I've come off, and I go to the reception to get a cab. And these 4 people come up to me and said, "Excuse me, what do you do?" And then another one was a natural history museum, because I used to do a lot for Rover cars and Jaguar. So a launch, you know, of a new car. So they take everyone abroad, and I'd been to like Bermuda, Miami, Seychelles, all with the new cars. You know, it was great gigs. But as it was going down the pan a bit, he phoned me up and he said, and I went, "Oh, where are we going?" And he went, "Natural History Museum." And I went, "Is that it?" "Yeah, just one day." So I get down there, and you know the big dinosaur, the massive big one, famous one.
Yeah.
He's down the middle. So they put a stage on the stairs.
Right.
Well, that was another place, like, you know, it's like the Vatican, you know.
Yeah.
And they'd put 50 tables each side of the dinosaur, you know. But they all had a little Bose speaker, you know.
Right.
Anyway, they had the meal and everything. So I've gone on, and this dinosaur's head's there. And my opening line was, "You haven't left much." So that was another weird one.
I remember when you did the Blackpool Magicians Conference meeting thing, whatever it is, at the Winter Gardens, and your opening line actually made me really laugh, because they have the screens everywhere at the Winter Gardens, and you said, "Who's that up there nicking my act?" You know, and these one lines just stick in your head, and you thought it was really funny, that.
Another good one was Australia, because I worked Australia. Did the Gold Coast, Sydney, and they were great clubs. Anyway, I got to this one. It was called the Seagulls Club in Brisbane. And I've got there for the band call. They had a fabulous 10-piece band. They're like Batley Variety Club, you know.
Yeah.
Massive. So I said, play on and play off, lads. And they were, oh, brilliant. Great, Mick. So I walked down the stairs of this club, you know, and I'm going down to the reception, big poster, and it's got Sammy Davis Jr., $100, you know.
Yeah.
Bit further down, Phyllis Diller, $100. And then I get Frank Sinatra, $150, you know, posters.
Yeah.
And I get to the bottom and there's a picture of me and it's got Mick Miller, free with prawns. True.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
Really?
Because they have prawn nights, what they call prawn nights.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'd done one in Sydney. And the fella come up and he said, are you all right with the prawn night? You know?
Yeah.
I went, yeah. Why? I said, we have prawns in England, you know. I said,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
they come
yeah.
around with a basket in the
Yeah.
clubs and sell them. And he went, oh, no, different prawns. So, yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well, little did I know, you know the size of the prawns out there.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
that
yeah,
big,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And they got 5 each.
Right.
All you can hear is cracking.
Brilliant, brilliant. Last night in Vegas.
Yeah, that was a great experience. That was a great experience, you know.
You
'cause,
stormed it though, didn't you, mate? Be fair.
Yeah, I worked on it. You know, I worked on it because, you know, on the cruise ships helped because I worked with Americans on cruise ships, so
Yeah.
you know a bit about their sense of humour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. It was great experience. Good for the CV, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that was funny when I went to. You had different chores you had to go and do, you know. Mine was to go to a comedy club.
Yeah.
So they took me to this comedy club, and it was right under the Stratosphere, which is
Oh,
a
yeah.
rough area,
Yeah.
and this like little bar. Anyway, it was a comedy club. So I've gone in. There's a fella. You know how big Americans are.
Yeah.
And he was massive, and he was sat on 2 chairs, right at the front. So they said, "Oh, from England did it." So I've gone on. I mean, opening live, I looked at him and I went, "You were born when meat was cheap," and he laughed. I thought I've cracked it here.
That's it. I think the Americans have a completely different sense of humour, don't they? You know, it's politically correct over here. I think it's worse in the States.
Oh well, they just it takes them 10 minutes to like say hello, doesn't it?
Yeah. Are you finding that now, though? I mean, you're not a rude comic anyway, but has political correctness and wokery affected any of your material?
No, not really.
You're not
No,
really that
no,
type, are you?
no.
Really? Unlike
I mean, I used
myself?
to do a Chinese routine because I grew up with Chinese lads.
Yeah.
You know, in Liverpool.
Yeah. I mean, I put a thing up on Facebook where I'd hypnotise this guy to sing Sweet Caroline in Japanese on TikTok, and it's had like 500,000 views. And you got the odd comment, that's completely racist. Well, how is it? Would it be racist if I said sing it in a Geordie accent or a Scouse accent?
Yeah.
Or I think nowadays people are just looking to be offended, aren't they? They're just looking for something to complain
Saying about that. I was working with Sid and Eddie, you know, Little and Large,
Yeah.
in Liverpool, the Wookey Hollow. I was saying the other day about Wookey Hollow, the only thing you could ever get to eat was chicken in the basket.
Right.
That was it in the clubs, wasn't it? Chicken in the basket.
Yeah.
And I thought, bring it forward like 40 years now. Can you imagine, you know, have you got anything to eat? Chicken in the basket. Have you got a vegetarian option? Eat the basket.
Yeah.
But Sid and Eddie, we'd done the show, and they said, "Oh, did you fancy a curry?" Yeah. So I said, I know a curry house. So we go into town, and they go to this curry house. Well, of course, they've been born and bred in Liverpool, you know, although they're Indian. They've got a Scouse accent.
Yeah.
What do you want? Oh, I'll have a, can I have a korma, please? Right, so here's a korma. Eddie had a vindaloo, he liked it hot. And can we have a peel of rice? So anyway, they've gone out, and they know I'm a comic. So he comes back and he gives Sid his, Eddie his, and then he come out with one of them trays, you know. And the rice was like that, it was like a mountain.
Yeah.
Put it down in the middle. Sid said, "What's that?" He said, "It's your pile of rice."
Brilliant, Sid and Ellie. Sid is such a lovely man. I'm gonna have to
Well, he
go
lives
on
up the
with
road.
him. Yeah, I know.
I
Yeah,
see
I
him
pop
quite
into his pub. I usually pop in every year and say hello to him. So.
Yeah.
Who's your comedy heroes, Mick?
Well, I can go back to like W.C. Fields. I thought was hilarious. You know, Groucho Marx. He was quick.
Yeah,
But our lads was, you know, Dawson, Monkhouse,
yeah,
Cooper.
yeah.
And I've met all three of them. I worked with Tommy Cooper.
Oh,
He was
you worked with Tom?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was absolutely brilliant.
He was a funny man, was he?
Yeah.
The only man that he was at the Floral Hall in Scarborough. Oh, I can't remember what year it was. It'll have been the 70s now. And it was, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tommy Cooper. And all you heard was, oh. And the audience, well, I can't get out of this dressing room. I'm stuck. I can't get out. And that went on for about 5 minutes. And then the curtain at the Floral Hall went up. Not side to side, it went up. And the curtain went up a couple of feet, and all you saw were these two massive feet underneath the curtain. And the audience, and that was like 10 minutes before he'd even done anything. He was, that was speaking to Robin Grumbleweed in the week, and we're on about how people had funny bones.
Yeah.
You know, like Bobby Ball, he just had funny bones. Graham Grumbleweed had funny bones, you know. Lee Evans got funny bones. And there's just certain comics that just have that certain look about them.
Yeah. I was working with him in Manchester.
Who's this?
Tommy Cooper.
Tommy.
And we were staying at the Brown Cow, which was a pub, but he liked it because it was a pub and come back and, you know, have a drink. So we're leaving to go to the club. And there's 5 young lads there. They went, Tommy Cooper, go to work, get in the cab, Mick. Oh, come on, do us a trick. I've got time. Do us a trick. So, all right. So go in. And he went, get me a pint of lager. So this kid got a pint of lager. And I get in a circle. So they all got in a circle and he went, a ver. And he dropped it and it smashed and he went, didn't work. But they were howling, you know.
Brilliant. That's it. He could get. It was just the most simple of humour with Tommy. You know, it was one of my heroes. You know, Laurel and Hardy are my big ones.
Yeah.
Laurel and Hardy are my big ones. They were the kings of comedy for me. So, who's the most famous person you got in your phone?
I'd say quite a few. I've got Rick Wakeman.
Yeah.
I know a lot of them are dead now.
Yes. Same as mine. me friend Sid, we were playing this game. Who's the most famous person in your phone? And I'm going, Frank Carson, Alvin Stardust, Bernard Manning. So there's nobody answering.
Yeah, I can't think about. I'm not a phone person really.
Yeah. Do you see yourself retiring shortly, Mick? How long is it going to go on for?
No. I think it keeps you young. This business, you know, when the phone stops ringing, you pack it in, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah. So what's the future? What are you doing? What's next?
I'm booked up till next March.
Wow.
At the moment.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
So I do this little theatre tour.
And what's that? Tell us about
with Ryan.
And Ryan Gleason.
Ryan Gleason.
He's one funny man.
He is funny. I went down last week to do a little favour for him, and Ryan introduced me as a special guest. So my opening line was, I said, Ryan, he never told you, ladies and gentlemen, but I come down the other week and there was a comic heckling him, and he was going to kick him in the nuts, and I stopped him doing it. So it was like saving Ryan's privates.
I mean, he is one of the funniest men, I think, you know, for young comics. Is he a young comic? He's not a young comic.
Well, he runs. It's his club. He runs it. But our theatre tour, Ryan goes on and does 10 minutes, warms them up. Then I do 50, an interval, and then Ryan interviews me for an hour. So. Oh,
that sounds brilliant. Does he do his cat routine? Because that's one of the funniest routines.
Yeah, he does. He does it. He's on everything. He's very funny.
Yeah.
He's very good with hecklers.
Yeah. Well, that's brilliant, Mick. Thank you very much indeed. We've done nearly half an hour, believe it or not.
Well, that's wonderful. It's always good to see you, Ken.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed, Mick. And I wish you all the best on your theatre tour.
And good luck with the tuk-tuk.
Oh, no, tell me about it. Thanks, Mick.
Pleasure.
Thanks ever so much.